Riemann sums are using rectangles to approximate the area under the curve. Okay, so it's a method of approximation, and the smaller those rectangles get, or the narrower those rectangles get, the closer and closer we're going to get to the actual area value. So when we're doing Riemann sums, it's important to know whether we're dealing with a left edge, right edge, or middle. So if we're talking about a left edge Riemann sum, what that means is that the height of the rectangle is going to be determined where the left edge of that rectangle is and where it touches a curve. So this is a left edge Riemann sum here. If it says right edge, then we take a look at the rectangle and we want the curve to touch the rectangle on the right edge. And AP Calculus usually uses right or left. Sometimes, though, we are asked for the midpoint to calculate the height of the rectangles. Okay, so where the middle of that rectangle, where the actual curve comes through the rectangle, we're going to use that as a height to calculate areas. So again, it's important to make sure we're clear, are we using a left edge, right edge, or middle to calculate the height of the rectangles? And then we're going to multiply that by the width to get the area of each rectangle, and then we sum it up. So here's an example. We're being asked to apply Riemann sums to approximate the area for this curve of y equals log x. And we want the area from 1 to 4 using rectangles, left edge rectangles. Okay, so again, I'm just going to make sure that I'm clear. It's a left-hand Riemann sum, and the width is going to be 1. So when we draw this out, we're going to end up with 3 rectangles. The first rectangle actually has no height, okay, because the left edge is at 0, so we're going to have no height. And then the left edge at 2 and the left edge at 3 are going to determine the heights of those 3 rectangles. So the area then is going to look like this. The area is approximately equal to the height at 1, which is 0, times the width, which is 1. So that's the first rectangle. That's going to be 0 plus the height at 2 times the width of 1 plus the height at 3 times the width of 1. So this is approximately going to be equal to, well, this is 0 plus log 2 plus log 3. And so this represents our area. We're going to use log properties. When I'm adding logs, I'm just going to combine that into log 6. And this works out to be approximately 1.79 units squared. So this area that we have shaded here is approximately 1.79 units squared. So I've put some links here that you can play around with. It's good to play around with the Riemann sums and see how they work.